Yeah, so this is, what are we doing here? This is just talking about the movie. So this could be... Hey everybody, my name is Rob Pralgo and I am an actor, aspiring filmmaker here in Atlanta, Georgia.
You are a filmmaker!
I've made it!
Oh my God!
I've made it.
You've made a few films.
I believe the cameraman would have a different opinion on my skills. Yes, but that's quite all right. He's wearing a really cool hat. What's up, LA?
Not much, Rob.
So everybody, we are here. We just released, or are about to release, depending on when you see this, a short film that we worked on and had the idea for late in the 2010s, and because of some things, you know, it's things that happen when you make a movie, got in the way. And we are now releasing it on streaming, YouTube, and we hope that everybody watches it. But we thought we'd sit down and talk about the filmmaking process and how we did it, and
the genesis of Park.
The genesis of Park. Genesis, by the way, my second agent that was ever with here in Atlanta. Genesis.
Oh, I was with Genesis too.
Real champagne.
Back in the day.
Real champagne. Back that day up, as they say. Back that day up. They don't say that. So, tell the people what happened, how we got here.
Okay. So, Rob and I met. He was teaching class. I came to class. I had just re-entered the business as an actor after raising my kids for 17 years. But something you are passionate about is telling people to create their own content. And I started realizing that that's something I needed to do, and I wanted to learn as an actor what it was like to be behind the camera so that I could be better on set as well. Anyway.
Unfortunately, she found me, so we had to go find real filmmakers.
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
But anyway, so that was kind of in the back of my mind. I had been volunteering on other people's short film sets or film sets and blah, blah, blah. And we would talk shop a lot, acting and filmmaking, because you had made a few things.
A couple of things, couple of shorts, yeah, a couple of low budget features.
Exactly. And bottom line, I had written a full-length feature and I wanted to gain the chops to maintain some creative control. So I said, I really want to do a short. We started talking about possible shorts. During that time, you shot a film. What was the name of that?
So I was in a movie called Sully. I had a small part in a movie called Sully. We went to see a screening of it at North Point Mall one night. Afterwards, we decided to go have a drink and talk about it at a bar that's no longer there.
Yep.
I forgot what it's called. At the corner. Spice. At the corner of Holcomb Bridge Road. No, I'm sorry. Haynes Bridge Road and North Point Mall. I keep looking at Keith. Like, anyway, as we're sitting there, enjoying the evening, a couple of things happened.
We ended up closing the place, because that plays into Park.
That's right.
We ended up closing the place without realizing it. They were literally sweeping the floor. So we're like, oh, I guess it's time to leave. So we walk out, and I'm a little directionally challenged. So I'm like kind of scanning the empty parking lot for my car. There's only one car there. It's the car you see in Park. And I'm like, I know that's my car, but what was so disconcerting was there was a young couple on the driver's side of the car just going to town. Make it up. Exactly. He walks up behind me and he goes, isn't that your car? I'm like, yeah. And I had two thoughts, which ended up, I wrote into the script. I had two thoughts. I wonder if I hit my key fob and started the alarm, what they're gonna do. And then I thought, wait a minute, when are they gonna realize? This must be a first date. When are they gonna realize that this is neither of their car? So I wanted to kind of watch.
So we watched.
We didn't.
And it turned, and...
No, but we had that thought. No, because...
Did we watch or no?
You wanted to watch. But...
well, as a filmmaker, I wanted to watch, so, you know, see what they would do. You know, just see... Exactly. See, you know,
observing
like studying people.
But before we could make either of those decisions, we hear, oh my God, is this your car? No, it's not my car. Is it your car?
That was just us. No, I'm kidding. That was the people.
And they walk off. So there's a part in the film which basically, when we wrote it, it's almost verbatim of what happened, because we went to the car, we're having a conversation like, oh my God, that was and we're still talking about the film and all that. So we're standing for about 5 to 10 minutes at the end of my car. And I had noticed that he had kind of walked off. He cut with her. He comes back alone, and he's literally, he was so cute.
He was walking, he's literally a floating, a cloud
23,
nine. Yeah. Cloud nine.
But the first thing he was saying was like, oh my God, he was from Europe. So I'm so sorry. If I hope that I didn't hurt your car. I will pay for it if there's anything wrong with your car. I'm like, oh my God, I hope there's nothing wrong with my car. It's fine. It's fine. And I was so taken with that. I thought, I wonder if that was a first date. I'm going to ask him. So I said, it looks like your date went really well. Did you get a second one? And he practically giggled. He was like, we're seeing each other tomorrow.
He was so happy.
He kind of floated off. So then...
And I was like, that was kind of an interesting thing.
Like, it was like a week later. And he said,
that might be a cool idea for a short.
And I said, what do you mean?
I just wrap the story around, a couple, juxtapose a couple maybe that's on the outs against a couple that's just getting together and seeing the two different sort of the sun rising and the sun setting of relationships and how one can affect the other. And then she said, we should do that. And I went, why don't you go write that? Because I don't feel like writing anything. And it was like a challenge because I figured she's not going to write it. We won't have to do this. And then like a week later, it's like, wrote it. I'm like, shit.
I had the initial script, which is very close to the movie, but where the collaboration was so wonderful in both what ended up being on the page and in the film was, well, the first thing we talked about was there was a whole point of view change. Mm-hmm. So I originally had Kat, my character, watching these two fall in love. But we changed it. We had a discussion about it, and I thought it was a great idea. And so the whole point of view is you, David, watching them fall in love. And we've been separated. But anyway, so we went through all of that. And then in the process of pre-production to shoot this thing and rehearsal, being him directing and us co-starring in it, we ended up improvising.
A lot. We're actually right in this room. We spent days in here just playing. You had a lot of
great ideas. So the script stayed with all the lines almost the same, but then we expanded through both the directing and the acting improvisational process, which was a wonderful way to work.
Which is why our tight 3-minute script is now 17 minutes.
Exactly. It was great because he's like, we got to have some stuff in the bushes. We got to have them watching.
Who doesn't need stuff in the bushes? You got to have stuff in the bushes.
Just
boom.
That was a lob. Okay, that was just a lob.
Yes, but again, we spent a lot of time with it. We played with it, and and then it was just a matter of a lot of times making these short films is like stone soup. You say you want to make a movie. I see. Keep looking at Keith, who's made dozens and dozens and hundreds of shorts. Well, content. You've created so much content online and offline. Then it's a matter of who do you want to work with, and because again, no matter even if it's a short, you still wind up being together with everybody for a long time.
As a first-time filmmaker, you had the connections, which was amazing because people love working with you. I had a little bit perfect timing. We could do a cutaway.
Cutaway to Keith.
Exactly. But you had a lot of connections. And I had set aside some cash because and I formed an LLC. I'm like, I want to make this feature that I had. I'm like, I'm going to do this thing. So I had $5,000 that I set aside, but
damn, I didn't know.
We spent all of it, but we got more in-kind work from people who just came on. Keith, Roman, who wanted to be producers or a part of it or whatever. So
Roman and Andy worked their asses off.
I still get teary-eyed at the level of professionalism because of your connections and my little bit of cash that allowed us to make I think for the budget, an incredible film.
Yeah, I'm really proud of this thing. I'm really proud of it. But again, it was great. And again, it's just, it grew. And then we were looking for locations and through past experiences, and I had worked on Vampire Diaries a little bit the first season. The Mystic Grill exists in Covington, and it was just amazing that they allowed us to shoot there. And
2 overnights.
And they were amazing. And it just added such wonderful production value. And the people came out and supported friends, new friends and old friends and filmmakers, and it just really filled it out. And we were very fortunate. And it just, with the pandemic hitting on the end of that and things happening, it took us a while to kind of turn it around, but there's a reason for everything, and we're here now.
I love that we both wanted, when we put this out, to put the best baby out, and we weren't happy with the sound. We were at the first festival, and there was just some issues, and we went back and totally redid the whole sound design, and that's also what took a long time, and then COVID hit.
Mm-hmm.
But I didn't mind waiting because I really wanted, this is going to be the first thing that I put out, and I loved that you wanted to put something that you really felt good about all the way around.
Yeah, man. If you're making something, you know, you don't want to like you don't want to beat it into the ground. You don't want to micromanage. Perfection is a bad word, but if something's bothering you, you know, if something just isn't right, you don't have to settle. You don't have to compromise, and we didn't. It took a little longer, but again, through the help of really amazing people in front and behind the camera, present company included, obviously, and we're very happy with it.
And also, if on the live Q&A that we'd like to do as a follow-up, or anytime really, just you can contact us. We both love sharing our experience and what we've learned. And I've learned so much on Parked as a producer, as an actor, as a filmmaker. There was so much, like from meeting with the mayor to get permits. And the chief of police, yes. And the chief. It was an amazing, hilarious experience.
I do want to mention just Roman and the red package and editing, yes. And then Richard Hampton coming on,
yes.
And gaffing,
do that.
And then you know, what was it? It was Linda Burns.
Oh,
her thing.
Oh, PA Academy. I'll talk about that.
We roll.
When I was looking for. Oh,
that's okay. So
right,
we'll jump into that.
Yeah.
So again, we're very fortunate to know a lot of good people, and fortunately, they're also really good filmmakers. Roman Weaver, a good friend of ours, and Andy Carter came on as producers, cinematographers, first AD, mm-hmm. And Roman has a built-out red package, and we had great lenses, and a very experienced DP, and
it's editing.
He did. Yes, he went right from shooting it to editing it, and he was very patient with me. As it was one frame here and 2 frames there. And he was, again, just a great editing partner in this. Annie crushed it as an AD. She's got her shit together, and it's, is that an earthquake? It's thunder going off. I kid. Richard Hampton, an amazing, across the board, an actor, a teacher, a filmmaker, a gaffer. And he came on for an iota of what he deserves.
Yeah, friends and family package. I think.
Friends and family package,
It was
exactly.
awesome.
And
Had
just
a whole box truck and everything. It was like impressive.
Yeah, and if it looks good, it's a combination of Roman and Richard, lighting it.
And also, you know, with the overnights and all the moving parts, and both of us producing but being in it, we needed extra help, and I knew we needed at least 4 PAs, production assistants. And I had just been to a filmmaking, producing workshop with Linda Burns, and she's awesome. And she mentioned during that workshop that her PA Academy, when they graduate, they're looking for experience for the resume. And so that was a place I could contact to find some PAs. And sure enough, I actually got to interview plenty of them, found 4 amazing PAs who just stuck with it, picked up the slack. And so there are a lot of ways to do it on a shoestring, but also do it well. And that's one of the things I learned. You have to have good help and people who are just have a team spirit and willing to pitch in and do whatever needs to be done. Everybody worked
their butt off. And and the more you do something like this, the more you piece together the people that you trust, that you enjoy working with. You know, we talk about in class a lot that it's not easy making any movie. Much more so, it's more difficult to make anything that's considered good. But it's never been more accessible.
That's true.
To the potential filmmaker as actors. The only guarantee that you'll ever be hired for a job is if you hire yourself for a job. And you know, Keith is not nearly as old as I. But even going back earlier, it's even when Keith started filmmaking, it was never this accessible. But if you have a phone, sorry, I'm jumping off camera right now. If you have a phone that's been made within the last 4 or 5 years, you have a 4K camera. If you have a phone, then you have editing software. If you have a phone, you have writing software. If you have a phone, you have a way to distribute. You can upload to YouTube or Vimeo. I almost said Venmo. Upload to Venmo for me, please. And you have it right here. Will it be good at first? Probably not, but you will learn so much about the process of filmmaking, about acting, from working both sides of the camera. You'll grow as much as an actor by directing a movie as you will by acting in it. So write, shoot, edit, and learn.
And volunteer. That's what I was going to say. I learned so much producing, and 2 takeaways from, I've since produced 4 productions through my LLC, 1,000 Word Pictures, 2 other shorts, executive produced, and also a play with a fun 2 Indiegogo campaigns. That's a lot. I never want to do it again. But anyway.
Kill me now.
Yeah. But as a producer, feed your people.
Yes.
And if your PAs are working for free, give them gas, give them something, feed them well. You know, people have an incredible team spirit, especially here in Atlanta where so much is happening. But treat your people well, and they'll give you more than you imagined. And so that's what I've learned. I love building community. I still volunteer on other people's sets so I can learn and help out and build those relationships. You
can really get movies made to a very high extent with kindness, hard work, and food. Mm-hmm. You can get a lot of people, talented people, to help you.
And passion, because if you're, that's another thing I've learned. No one else is going to push your passion project forward. You have to take the lead, and you have to kind of steer the ship, but invite other people and listen to them and let them collaborate. But don't expect other people to just push it forward. But
at least I expect other people to do it. I expect other people to do all the work.
If you're Rob, you can do that.
That's right.
But in general,
there's no right or wrong way to do this. If you have Keith Brooks, you can get anything done. And he's got a fridge full of steaks, baby.
Pizza.
That's right. It's amazing. I get Keith to pay me so he can work for me. Awesome. No, I kid. He doesn't do that. Anyway, thank you for tolerating us and listening to our little story. At some point, we're going to have a live Q&A. Mm-hmm. If you have other questions about what you witnessed that we created, or if you don't have any questions, we would just like to hang and talk. Or anyway. Yeah, both of us really like to help other people learn from what we've already learned. Whether you're acting, producing, filmmaking. So yeah, bring those questions, bring those thoughts, and we're here. So the festival circuit is a whole thing. It's great. I love. That's why I drink, by the way. Festival circuit. You know, it's hard to know how to approach it, so I won't pretend to know. What we learned, we picked from like the top 100 on Film Freeway or whatever. Sure, roll the dice. And I feel like we kind of, I think that the COVID delay and all of that hurt us a little bit. We did get some accolades. I will take any excuse. Our first one we were up for 7 awards. We didn't win any. But we were up for 7. We didn't win any. But it's fun to when you do get selected. I imagine. We did. We had a couple. And they're wonderful to meet other filmmakers and all that. But it's become such a large enterprise, the festivals, that there are niche festivals. So that's what I would recommend, kind of what I learned. If we were to do the festival run again, I think we might have looked for more festivals that were niche festivals versus the big ones, first time out of the gate for me. And I know I did hear, not to make excuses, I did hear a lot of the feedback we got from different people was, is there any chance you can give us an edit that's 5 minutes shorter? Just for programming. Programming. That's huge. You know, so I was stubborn as a filmmaker. When I go back and look at it now, do I look at it and go, would I trim a little here and there? It's a lot like my hair. I trim a little off the top. It's hard because it's a balance between us telling the story well the way we envisioned it and needing the time for that. And then if your goal is to get into festivals, programming is a big thing. They only have so much room for anything over 15 minutes. Yeah. So that can really limit. If they want to sacrifice quality and not have a movie over 5 minutes, right. Well, hey. Well, we hope you'll agree with us that it's quality and it should have been. Thank you again. We had a ball making it. There will be more things being made, hopefully, with all our filmmaker friends and actors that we know. We hope to continue, and continue making films of all different lengths and genres and things, and we hope to have fun. We'll even cast Mel Seymour Pralgo. Boom. Mel Seymour Pralgo. There he is. Yes. He kind of looks like the Wish from In the Show. A little bit. Oh, the witch from Inisherin. Yeah, the witch is Inisherin. Good job. That's how you're gonna get gigs. Anyway, thanks for taking the time to listen to us babble about filmmaking and our joys of the process. And we hope to see you soon. Enjoy Part.
Yes.
Take care.
Thank you.
Bye.